Hey guys, how are you? Got a really cool video for today. I'm going to show you some pretty unique decor you can get for your house that you might not have known about, and a cool way to make it even better that I'm going to show you. These are outdoor decor from a company called Desert Steel. They make big cactuses, palm trees, stuff like that. That doesn't really fit in with my decor, but they make these really cool things called emperor agaves. And you'll see there's, to my right, to your left, there's one right there, there's one right there, and there's one right there. I love lighting my house at night for security reasons, but also for like aesthetic reasons, and this is a very cool aesthetic thing. First, I'm going to show you some cool ideas on how to install them and make them look better, and then I'm going to show you the technical stuff on how to assemble them and all that stuff. If you want to, that's like the nerdy stuff, you can stay towards the end for that. These are the biggest emperor agaves you can get, and they are in the biggest planter box you can get. It's just a kind of rectangular pot. Let me get a measuring tape, hold on. Okay, with the big pot and the biggest emperor agave, it's about 56.5 inches at its tallest point. So comes up to, you know, chest height. Now, if you notice, the first 1 and 2 are lit very well, while the third one is not quite as impressive looking, I guess. I want to show you, I left it that way on purpose. I'm gonna light the third one that way. I wanted to show you the difference between what I did and what you can get from the Desert Steel store, like with their lighting. Now I'm trying to give you kind of like a whole view of my house in some of these shots so you can see. But if you look, before I used to have these kind of up lights in the middle, right there, there, and there. And so that perfectly like silhouettes those plants when you're driving like from the front. When people are driving by from the front, they see that. And so that combined with the lighting that I put underneath really makes a really cool difference and makes it pop quite a bit. Now up close, you can see these first two. The light is very even. It lights up a lot of the plant, the front of the plant at least. This is a little bit different, right? This is what you can get from the lights that they give you. So if you look at the first two here, you're gonna see the light is very like diffused over the whole front of the plant, and it covers the front and like pretty well, right? Here's the other option you have. This is like using their lights, and of course mine are silhouetted and stuff. Also, all this weed patch in here, don't ignore that. There's going to be a whole like little retaining wall and then like a rock garden to house these in the front. But for now, I'm just giving you a raw idea of what's going on. So this is the plant in the planter with two of their accent lights in the bottom in the ground and stakes pointing up. And everything you're seeing right now, I'll give you a technical explanation later on how to do it, and maybe you like this look. This is a cool look. It looks like almost like ocean vibes. The lights look kind of cool and trippy. So these are the lights that they give you. And then over here, what I did, if you can see, is I bought these. They're called like hardscape lights. I'll link them down below. There'll be an Amazon affiliate link. You can buy them that way, or you can just kind of look up on Amazon or Google them. I think they're called hardscape lights. But there's a certain one you want. It's like a white LED diffused, and I got the soft color ones to match the rest of the lighting on the house. But I'll link them down below. There'll be Amazon affiliate links, so if you do click them, I do get a commission. So if this video was helpful for you, feel free to use my links. I would appreciate it. But if not, don't worry about it. Just Google them or Amazon them. They're called hardscape lights. And you'll see here in a minute what they look like. But they are just little lights that you set in there. And then I took some clear glass bead and laid that over them to diffuse them even more. So it looks pretty cool. And you can go extreme. You can put them on this side too. You can put them over here. I just did 2 in the front. I bought an 8-pack and I got 6 plants. So I could have bought like an 8-pack and a 3-pack or something and put like 5 on each one. But I wasn't super concerned. This looks really good to me. Let me show you a view from the front of the house, like dead on. Okay, this is what they look like dead on when you're looking at the house. They look like that. So it's definitely a cool look. I like it a lot. And it adds some depth besides, before I didn't have the plants at all, it was just uplighting. It adds some depth and kind of uniqueness to it, which is really cool. And you don't have to water them, which is nice. Now, these are not cheap things you can buy. One of the cool things is you can buy, I think they might be the agaves you can buy. They have a deal with Costco where you can get them at your Costco. So you might see these at your local Costco. And I think at Costco, they're like, I don't know, 150, 200 bucks maybe for a certain size one. But yeah, they are not the cheapest thing in the world, but they are made very well, and they're supposed to last a lifetime, basically. Over time, this metal will patina and like rust a little bit and just gets a lot of character, so it has a kind of a rustic vibe to it, which is going to be really cool throughout time to see what happens there. And I'll also link down below the exact ones I got as well, so you can check those out. You can see exactly what I'm talking about. But let's get into some of the more techniques and technical stuff about these that I can show you, like setup, unboxing, techniques, how to set up the lighting and all that. I'll show you that here in a second. Okay, so for my application with the big planters, what I figured out installing these is, I can give you 2 easy tips right off the bat. Number 1, take this middle plate out. This is what the agave plant mounts to. Take that out. And then just grab on the inside here, pull this out, scoot your box over. Then you can just carry it wherever you need to go. And since it's hollow inside, it's going to help a lot if you're going to be installing lights to uplight your plant. And I'll show you. Now the cool thing about this being hollow is that instead of trying to set our lights in the ground and then set this and measure where they need to go before we set this down, we can set this down and then literally just put our lights wherever we want them. And in my case, I'm going to have 2 at the front corners. 1 here and 1 there. The street is facing that way. And then we wire in these connectors to our underground line, which is right there, it's raised right now, but it's inside the pot here. And now I just take the big box the planter came in, flip it upside down, get the box with the plant in it, open it up. There's probably, I don't know, 17,000 yards of packing material in these things. One of the geniuses at the company figured out how to stick a right angle hard cardboard piece in there to keep these tips from bending in transport. So I'm just going to keep this wrapped up because once we do unwrap this and cut this tape, it's going to expand out. So I'm going to keep it like this, how it is. Now this is that top plate. This is that top plate that goes in the planter box. I'm going to secure this onto here. I'm going to find our center points. It's going to be that right there. And then the hardware they include is what I'm going to use. That's what you're going to want to use. It's good hardware for outdoors. So it just goes bolt, washer on top. That's going to go through here into this piece right there. And then washer and then locking nut on the back. Like that. And locking nut. And I use this box to let me hang the plant off the edge while I do this. It makes it a lot easier. And don't tighten them down until you get everything in. All right, got a 12 millimeter and a 12 millimeter to tighten this stuff down. And we grab our impact with the Phillips head and our 1, 2, 3, 4 self-tapping screws. We're going to take this outside. Okay, now we're going to set our mounted plant inside the planter. You don't want to cut this off yet again because it's going to give you space to put these screws in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws around the edge that you'll see, and I'll show you here. Top tray is going to have little slots in it right here, and they're going to line up with that hole right there. And that is where you put your screw. And now we cut. Boom. And I'm not sure if you're supposed to do this, but I spread my first, I'm going to do it on this one too. I kind of spread these out. I take my little packing piece out. Don't need that anymore. I like that look a little bit better. Okay, so I played around with some lighting options. The left 2 have lights underneath that come from Desert Steel, their own lights included. The third one is something I did by myself, something else I kind of figured out. Let me show you the difference here. So the left one, that one on the left and the one in the middle each have 2 of the lights in the front 2 corners pointing up. The difference is this one has nothing in the tray, whereas the middle one has a bunch of glass in the tray. Now, the glass looks kind of cool lit up like that, and then all of them are backlit by my Atomi landscape lights from Costco. So I figured, and I was wrong, that the glass, like the clear glass, would let a bunch of the light through, but it doesn't. I mean, just from that amount of light to almost no light, like you get a little bit of light at the bottom there. So what this is, and I'm going to do another version of it to the middle one, which I think will be the finished product, which I'll show you in just a second. This is, I'm using hardscape lights. I'm going to link these down below. These are lights Okay, so this is what they are. They come in an 8-pack. They're very low profile. Look, here's my thumb. They're like 3/4 of an inch tall, right? So these are just sitting in the planter, and then this cord runs down. It lines up perfectly with a hole in the planter, which I'll try to show you here. Wire is tucked underneath the light and then just run down through that hole right there, which is like the perfect, it's like lined up perfectly. And then the same thing for the other side. It's just lined up perfectly. And when those cords are in there, the lights sit like right at the edge. They have these kind of metal trays that they sit on, I guess. And if you wanted to, you could just push them forward just a little bit and then put a nut and a bolt with a big washer to kind of secure that down.
Mount it.
Yeah. But what I'm thinking is my option that I'm going to try now is going to be putting that glass into this to see if that kind of diffuses. I don't need that light on there anymore right now. Hold on. So I'm going to put that glass. Sam's holding the light here. Show him your shirt.
Casey Lawns.
Oh, it's way too bright. Casey Lawns,
baby.
Casey Lawns, baby. He's the guy that mows on a hoverboard. Another thing, if you're going to be putting glass rock in here, side note, if you're going to be putting glass rock in here, there is one hole that is too big that glass rock will just kind of fall through. I mean, it doesn't matter how big the chunk, it's just going to fall through it. What you do, what I figured out, is a little piece of clear tape. Just like that. Get her nice and flat on there. And now you can put all the glass you want over it, and it'll just cover up one hole. All the other holes are normal size. That's the only big hole in the whole thing. I have a bunch of this glass. I'm gonna put it in here and see if that diffuses the light anymore, because this light has 3 settings. Will you push there's a button on each of the lights on the side of it. It's just, you click it and it changes the brightness 3 different levels. So that's maximum setting, go to medium or whatever's next. That's medium. And that's low. I mean, they're so bright even on low. So I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do is put the glass in there and diffuse it, and then that'll be the next clip you'll see. You can see all 3 there. Sorry I didn't script this video out super well. I filmed the whole thing over like a series of like 5 days or 6 days, I mean, of just unboxing. It was so hot. But I kind of stagger the whole project and kind of work in little bits at a time. But I tried to script the video and make it somewhat make sense to you. But these things are really cool. Again, I will link all that stuff down below. I'll link my ring transformer. The ring transformer that I'm using for all my lights is amazing. It's a really good transformer that works really well with your smartphone and the Ring app. So I'll link that down below, as well as all the other helpful stuff for you. Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, get a thumbs up. There's more videos like this all about my house. If you want to on this channel, you can check them out and subscribe. And leave a comment if you have any questions. I will get back to you. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.